Getting the boys on. Giovanni is going to be talking about his fight prep. Here is Josh, strength and conditioning coach, and Giovanni. Here we go, guys. Welcome back. All right, guys, let's do this. Giovanni, we haven't done an update with you for a long time. Your fight is coming up. We're looking at the 28th of June, if I'm correct.
26th,
right?
June
26th of June. We've got
Official.
Josh here. Josh is doing the strength and conditioning part of your fight preparation. So we got to get an update there. Also, you were telling us a bit about, some Chinese politics with this upcoming fight. So I'm really keen to hear all the details. So yeah, take it away, dude. What's been going on? Let's start with all the politics. You said you had trouble getting into the event itself?
It was some crazy shit going on, man. So like, I had started training like really like seriously about 6 months ago, and I had gotten word because I had gotten invited to the first tournament, but I was completely not ready. I was fat, out of shape, like fat dude. I was like over 90 kg. Like I just like impossible. And then so nobody knew that, but then man, I had some shit going on with me, like I was in a very bad position mentally, and like I had a fallout with my wife, and a bunch of crazy things were happening to me. And me, man, I'm a fighter, dude. Like thick and thin, like it's just like even I'm fat, it doesn't matter. But the only difference was that I wasn't fighting. I haven't been fighting. But so this one dude, I got offered a fight. Actually, someone asked me if I could find a guy to fight this one guy that I knew that I really did not like. I did not like this guy. And I'm sitting there angry at like in my life, and I get offered to find someone to fight this guy. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm fat. I don't give a shit about anything. I'm going to fight this guy. This was like 9 months ago. I hadn't fought for like 3 years. So I go, I'm supposed to make 77 kg. I am extremely, besides all the mental, like depression and me not training and everything, I am seriously injured. I shouldn't have fought. I was seriously injured. I was on medication. I shouldn't have been fighting, but I just took it because I'm a crazy asshole. So I took it. And I showed up and I told the guys, I'm like, look, I'm not even gonna make 77 kg, not even close. So tell this guy something and whatever. And bottom line, we ended up fighting at light heavyweight. So I was pretty much, I weighed in, I think like at 88 kg or something like that. And then we ended up fighting. Bro, this big ass motherfucker couldn't do shit to me, and I'm fat, out of shape. He's fucking training his ass off for life. Like he's in premier shape, and he just can't do shit to me. And then it was for this thing. It was for a small M1 organization, and then third round comes. I'm like fucked up, like completely, like my body is just not prepared to fight. And he has me like on the floor, and he's like throwing punches to my arm. And the referee said something to me about working. And I literally go like this. My version of the thumbs up. I go like that.
Oh, okay.
And then right when I do this, he's like, he just stops the fight. And then I stand up with my middle finger, and I'm just super furious. And I'm just like going like this. And this motherfucker's acting like celebrating, like he just knocked me out or some shit. And I walked out the cage. I fucking just left, and I was just furious. And after that, I was serious because I hadn't fought in like 3 years, and this happened, and I didn't even count this as a fight. Like even in my like I don't even count this like in my head like as me actually in a fight. This was like bullshit, and this guy is an idiot. So what bottom line is, after that happened, I did so it really kicked me like in the ass and lit a fire in me, and it was kind of like wow, like everybody now just thinks I'm a fat piece of shit and I'm fell off and this is the last image they have of me. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck everybody. That's when I fucking had a fallout with my job, and I that I leave, and I left, and then that's when I made the whole change, and I started fucking making a change. Turns out these guys asked me about the tournament, and the whole the head just happens to be the head of the commission for the name on the list for the June 19th fight. Literally, it was like 3 weeks ago, I think. The guy messaged me back and he's like, "Hey, you can't fight." And I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "You can't be in the tournament." I'm like, "Why?" And he's like, like because you can't make weight and this. And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about right now?" And then he told me pretty much the bottom line is the commissioner fucking hates me. Thinks I'm unreliable. I'm an alcoholic. I'm all the bad things. And he wasn't. He has every reason to believe that, and I understand. But I couldn't take no for an answer, bro. I couldn't, bro. As hard as I've been working, and Josh has been fucking great, and the consistency of the work that we've been doing, and how I feel right now, and like, man, I fat my ass, dude. I ain't fat, bro. I'm fucking. You can't see it. The lighting's off right now. I have poor lighting, but dude, I feel fucking jacked right now. I'm like in the best. I'm not like I am in the best shape of my fucking life right now. I have never felt this good, and the consistency is unbelievable. Like I've never treated myself like this. I feel great. So every day for the last 3 weeks, every day, I'm not kidding you, I'm not playing. I have all the messages. I'm probably every 3-4 hours for the last 3 weeks. I would not stop bugging this guy. And I'm like, you have to get me in there. I was typing fucking articles of shit about just what I'm doing and how I'm preparing and how I'm,
That's good.
Like I dwarf the experience that all these fighters in all the fucking this tournament put together have. And I just told them, man, I fought the best of the best, and I didn't even fight them at my best. Everyone I fight, I'm fighting these guys, and they're fucking preparing their asses off. And there's a saying, I'm pretty sure you guys know, hard work beats talent if talent doesn't work hard.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I hate sounding arrogant, but you know what? I'm training my fucking ass off, and I'm talented as fuck. So man, I told these guys all this kind of shit, just like back to back to back, along with telling them that I'm going to show a different attitude, and I'm going to be a lot more respectful than what I used to be, and I'm going to, win the hearts of the Chinese people this time, and not be an asshole. And I just every 3-4 hours for 3 weeks, just going. This motherfucker put me with 3 different fighters, set me up, and the commissioner turned down all of them. Then,
damn it!
Literally, like it was like I think 4 days ago. It must have been 3-4 days ago. Whenever the hell it was that I told you guys that I had it like this big news. I told him, I'm like, listen, I'm not taking no for an answer. You need to tell the boss to get on a conference call with me. I'll get a translator, and we're gonna fucking sit down and talk about this. He's like, all right, immediately. The next day that we had a conference call at like 12 o'clock, and he's like, there's like 6 people in the conference call, and the guy who hates me is in there. And we're on the video call, and I'm with my translator. And while they're talking, I shit you not, I back up the phone like far away. And here I'm taking off my shirt. I'm flexing. I'm fucking doing push-ups. I'm shadow boxing. And they're starting to laugh. And I'm not laughing. I'm being very fucking serious. I'm being dead ass serious. And and they that, like right away I could see that they see because I'm showing them. I'm physically showing them that I'm physically ready. You know, my boy fucking held the phone. I stepped on the scale. I was 70 kg, showing them, and I'm like, man, like this shit is real. And like they just told me, man, like all the disrespect I have shown over the years, and and all the poor performances I have had because of me being an alcoholic and just a jackass. And I just assured them that this is not me anymore, and everything that they're going to see is going to be completely different. And if they put me in there, not only will I be extremely grateful for the opportunity, but I will put on the best performance that they have ever seen, and that I will show them something that they have never seen before. Nice. And they told me, we had this conference call for like an hour, and then they said, all right, we're going to have a discussion, and tomorrow we're going to let you know what we decide. And I'm like, okay. The next day, 7:30 in the morning, I woke up at 7:45, but they messaged me at 7:30, and I woke up and I look at my phone. I have my opponent, the date, June 26th, and they're asking for my information to buy me the plane tickets. And he just told me, the guy who got me told me, he told me that my persistence, my perseverance of not taking no for an answer is what got it. And he said not to let him down, make weight. And since then, that was like 4 days ago, every day this guy's messaging me, asking me if I'm training and if I'm on weight. and I'm just like, bro, I got you. I'm like so ready now. And no, even before that though, I didn't even tell you guys, but like 3 weeks ago, it's like 3 weeks ago when this happened, bro, right away when the second he told me that I wasn't in the tournament, I was furious. And I went on a rampage on my WeChat account. I went through all my contacts. I contacted at least 8 promoters. I think it was 7 promoters that I know, spanning all over China. And I told them, I sent them a new photo and everything, a jacked photo of me. And I'm just like, I'm fucking ready right now. Any place, anywhere, anybody sent me a fight. I said it just like that. I said anywhere, it doesn't even matter. I told them, just give it to me. And all of them, a bunch of them were like, well wait. And I'm like 66 kg. And they're like, bullshit. They all didn't believe it. But I'm like, man, I can do it. So I'm on call right now. I'm hoping that when we get off this call, that I have a message saying that I'm fighting this weekend, because I'm fucking ready. You know, this tournament, I'm not thinking far ahead. I'm only thinking one fight at a time. I'm going to take these motherfuckers out one fight at a time. But I'm in the tournament, June 26th.
But what about the opponent? How much can you tell us about him? The guy on the 26th?
Oh man, it was so funny because actually like the first 3 opponents they gave me, but that they shut down, they were exciting for me because a couple of them, they were actually decent, really decent skill level fighters, you know. So like I was kind of excited to face these guys, but you know, they all fell through. But now my opponent, not taking anything away from him, I respect them all. You know, he is a tough kid. Yeah, I think he's like 24 years old, 25. He's tough. He's like from Kazakhstan. He's tough. And in his fights, I saw a couple of his fights. He likes to throw an overhand and go straight for the takedown. He that would be a dire mistake on his part if he did that. But I'm not expecting anything from him. I'm just going to fight him like he is the best. And, you know, hopefully and that's the thing. I don't care how hard he's training, what kind of shape he's in. That's not what's going to get it done for him. What's going to get it done for him is know-how, experience. And he doesn't have that on me. You know, like that's the truth. The truth of the matter is I'm not taking a step back. So I'm going to come forward. I'm going to be ready. I'm ready to get hit. He wants to hit me. We can fucking get the hit. But I'm going to grab him. I'm going to fucking sack him to the floor, and I'm going to choke the life out of him. You know, and I hope he taps, and I hope he doesn't get hurt so that he can keep fighting another day. But that's what's going to happen, man. I'm putting him out. I got to keep going. I'm on to the next one. I'm looking at this opportunity as a blessing. I'm in the tournament. This is man, this is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
The
And
guy
you said
to
this
me,
this tournament, there's an event every week until next year.
every week till the end of this year, and then a month later, January 23rd is the day. Because December 30th, there's gonna be like an award ceremony. Because technically, by December 30th, the 32-man tournament is finished. It's 5 fights for the 32-man tournament, but the grand prize, like that champion fight, is the 6th fight, and you have to win the tournament to get to that fight. The tournament ends before December 30th, and then December 30th is going to be like a big like award ceremony, and then January 23rd is the grand prize fight.
So you have 5 fights to complete to get a chance in there. You don't know any of the opponents up till now. Just the one, and then you get chosen later.
I know more or less the people who are in the tournament.
Yeah. Okay. And who's likely to progress? So you have an idea of who you're up against. I see. Because you're in a weight class. But what about all the other weight classes? They have the same system, right? Like they're heavyweight.
There's five weight classes. 32 people each weight class. That's 160 people in total. And,
gotcha.
There's every week there's going to be an event starting June 19th. All of them in Haikou. This is a big deal, bro. This is a big fucking thing. This is the biggest shit in China. This is a UFC feeder. This event is recognized by the UFC now. This is the first Chinese event that's recognized by the UFC. You know, Kunlu and Wu Feng, that shit was never recognized. They were like posers. They wanted to be like they wanted to be their own UFC, but they failed miserably. You know,
I see.
JCK is the legit. It's what it is, man. JCK it's a big organization, and I'm so grateful. Again, I appreciate the opportunity so much that not only they have given me, man, but bro, you, John, man, you setting me up with Josh and us doing this thing. You know, I'm not a fucking. I was gonna say like not a social media whore. You know, talking about social media whores. Did you see what this kid did? Jake Paul did with the hat thing with Floyd Mayweather. Do you know that he got a tattoo saying "Gotcha" hat on his leg?
I'm sure.
That dude's crazy. I'm a fan of him, man. I'm enjoying what he's doing. He's great, man.
Well, yeah, he's been doing that since he was like 14, 15, 16, right? That's his whole social media and being the heel is that's been his thing for so long. It's second nature to him, right? And he's still a young kid.
He's not rich because of boxing. He's rich because of
that. Yeah. And he's still young enough that he does these kinds of silly things to cause trouble, right? I mean, he's only 23.
He's the first person I've ever seen piss Floyd Mayweather off. I've never seen anybody do that. Man.
Yeah, normally. So I mean, even Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather laughed his way through it, right?
Yeah, it wasn't like that.
Yeah, maybe there's maybe what got to him is the fact that he knows. You know, with Conor McGregor, he still holds some respect because it's fellow fighter. So it's like, yeah, okay, it's cool. But he has this young kid that he knows he'll fuck up. And the kid knows he can get away with it because he's not going to fight him on the streets. You know, he just wouldn't. So, that might have added to the frustration.
It's hilarious.
That's hilarious. That really gives a good example of how social media now is influencing the combat world, right? He was smart. He's so smart for that.
You got. Hey, what's up? Are you guys coming June 26th?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Sounds like fun. I'm not sure if it's going to be.
I also think it'd be really cool if I'm walking and I got 2 swole ass motherfuckers next to me.
Yeah. No, for sure. I'm not sure if it's going to be like a family trip for a few days or just myself coming. The wife is still figuring that out because we've never been that part to Haikou, any of us, right?
Me either. I hear it's fucking beautiful though.
Yeah, exactly.
Gorgeous out there. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So
Haikou.
Yeah, there's a big golf course there. really big golf course. Oof, it's beautiful out there.
I
Yes.
should be getting my tickets next week. So when I get the tickets, I'll let you guys know because that'll be the official. Like I just don't want you guys to end up getting shit and then some bullshit happens. But it's official. I'm fighting. Like I'm on it. I'm on it. This is what he's
Nice.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So look, if you look at the schedule now, then with May, so it's almost exactly 1 month away. What's gonna change in the training and everything? Like, how's that all gonna?
I'm not changing nothing. I'm just going hard, and whatever Josh gives me, I'm taking it. You know, I'm not looking at this like a camp. I'm looking at this as just, you know, this is just my life now. I'm doing this until I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not celebrating. I'm not doing nothing. I've had these visualizations that have been so strong with me about how this is gonna play out, and me being in the UFC in 2022, and not just going there. Well, I'm going there, and I'm not gonna be an asshole, but I'm opening my mouth, and I'm gonna be on call. I'm gonna be like traveling with them, just hoping that someone pulls out. I don't even care what weight class. You know, I'm doing this until I satisfy my urge, and then when my urge is satisfied, then I'm gonna smoke that blunt and drink that champagne and party that night. You know, but these fights, you know, after I win them, in my head, I have this image of me just fucking going, having a nice meal, going back to the room, playing some video games, waking up the next day, working again, working out, getting ready for the next one. Because if they call me the next week, I'm gonna be ready the next week. I'm doing this until the fucking wheels fall off. You know, this is not a joke anymore. Like you guys never knew me before or nothing, and I've never seen the best of me till now. So now you guys are here in this point where I'm really gonna be the best that I can be, and I'm happy that you guys are here with me on this journey. And I just, man, we're gonna be in the UFC next year. This is already in talks. I'm in talks with my coach. Everything's set up. The only thing that needs to happen is I need to win. And I'm not gonna sit here and be like a fucking cocky, arrogant asshole and say I'm gonna win. But I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna do the best I fucking can. And I'm literally gonna be in the best shape of my life. And the best I can, in the best shape of my life, I just don't see anybody not only winning, but I don't see anybody going past 5 minutes with me. Like this is, I'm not in here playing games. I'm not gonna take a step back. I'm going forward, and I'm gonna use the best of my abilities to end every motherfucker that's in front of me until I get to where I want to be.
Right on.
It's going down, boys. It's just going down.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, so far for the training, we've been like building the base, the foundations, because it's been the start of your conditioning and strength and conditioning. You've never done it before, right?
This was the end of week 11. We're starting week 12 now. I fucking love this shit, Josh. You don't even know, man. I love this shit. Like, bro, like, man, when I'm home now, you don't even know like how embarrassed I was to even like show my body 6-7 months ago. And now, man, I have the doors of my home open. I'm taking off my shirt. I'm walking out to the hallway. I'm like, my wife is looking at me different now. She's like, wow, like she sees like there is a physical difference, a change in the way I look. Like not only am I in shape, but I actually look strong. Before I looked strong, but also it didn't really look like. I guess I could say like it didn't look like I lifted or nothing. Like I look strong, but like now, I don't even know what to say. Like a simple motion like this when I do this, man, my wings are flaring out. My shoulders are looking different. My even my chest, everything, things that I didn't have before, they're looking like just plumped up. And on top of that, losing weight at the same time getting stronger is a weird feeling too. I don't even know how to feel about that. Like I'm just, and I keep losing. I feel like by the time this fight's happen, I'm probably going to be walking around maybe 69 kg.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
69, that's strongest I've ever been. And I feel
Exactly.
great. It feels great. It feels phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll give us, after you've done the first fight, it'll give us a lot of indication of, do we add much more body weight between fights? Should we for strength, or do we just leave it? We'll know a lot more after the first fight.
What I want to know is, man, like, because like I said, I'm not doing this like a camp, and I'm thinking about it like I mean, what I'm doing, technically it is healthy, right? It's something that I could continue doing.
Oh yeah, of course.
Right?
Yeah, for
so
sure.
then I feel like I don't really want to stop it. I want to continue.
Yeah.
You know, obviously right now, like what you have me doing is like, it's intense.
Yeah.
You know, those Mondays and Wednesdays, what the fuck? And then this last Friday, my fucking shoulders are still sore right now.
Yeah.
You know, I do this, they're super sore right now. But I'm like, they're intense, but I just feel like, man, I like it very much. It's making just those, the strength and conditioning program, just that itself is making such an impact on my training. I can't even explain to you like the feeling, the physical feeling it's giving me while I'm actually training. Like the ability to I don't even know. I can see it. My training partners, they're hesitant to work with me. And they're like when we're going live, they're hesitant. And you know, and then a few of the guys that show up for the sessions on Saturday, we do live sessions on Saturday. Like some of them are not even showing up anymore. You know, like because man, it's like I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I'm trying to work. I'm trying to work, and I'm not trying. I'm working, and man, I just feel like I think it's the muscle endurance is what's really impacting me. Like my ability to grab, hold, pick up, slam, let go, and then continue to fight, and then pick up, slam, and put the fight where I want to go. I feel like that's going to be the biggest difference in this fight that I've ever had in any of my other fights, and not being afraid of my gas tank. So I'm going to go in there, and man, like I said, I'm not going to take a step back. I'm going in there with my hands up, chin down, and he wants to throw some punches. If I don't move, I'll take some. I don't give a shit, but I'm going to hit him back, and I'm going to grab him, and he's going to be moving back. And we're going to be clashing like this. And if we get close, I'm not going to be sitting there in a brawl because I'm not a brawler. I'm going to fucking grab him. If he wants to kick me, I'm going to punch him. He wants to punch me, I'm going to kick him. He wants to kick and punch me, I'm going to grab him and choke him. And if he wants to choke me, I'm going to fucking beat the shit out of him. I'm so ready for this shit. Anywhere it goes. I don't care where it is. Anywhere. I'm fucking ready, man. I'm so happy about this. I remember when I called you, John, I was in a fucking little shop and I was eating like a little piece of toast. And I was just, and I was literally thinking like, man, what the fuck is the next step right now? I was already training for already maybe 8 weeks or something like that. But like my own shit, no strength and conditioning. And then I was like thinking, what is the next step? What the fuck am I gonna do? And I was thinking, I need strength and conditioning. And the first person I thought of was John Swolash. And I'm like, you know what? Let me talk to John. Let me see what he's doing. Let me see what we can work out. And then it turned out that he wanted something similar. And like I said, I'm not a social media whore or nothing. But dog, I'm gonna fuck these motherfuckers up. And then I'm gonna put impact on live, and everybody can see it. And I'm gonna rep that shit, and then give you the publicity that you need for that shit. And man, I'm gonna fucking get it, bro. And I'm really appreciative of you introducing me to Josh and us doing this thing, because this to me, I feel like right now, you always said that Josh is like a partner of yours with this. I really feel like I am impact. I feel like I'm impact, and I'm not this social media shit, I'm not good at it. I don't take before and after picture shit. Before, I didn't even want to take a picture of my fat ass. But man, bro, what has been done with me now with this strength and conditioning program, I feel like a complete beast. And I can't wait to put it on show, man. And like when it gets to the proper stage, I can't wait to fucking rep impact and just like let that shit be up. I want people to ask what impact is, and then boom, show them and you get it rolling, whatever the fuck it is that it is exactly. Because I feel like I feel like it's me right now. I feel like what Josh is doing for me, we're doing it bootleg a little bit. You know, it's not like I got a mirror. We're doing any like phone like live calls, but man, I'm putting in the work, dog. Everything you give me, Josh, every single thing you've given me, I'm fucking doing it as hard as I possibly can. I'm in the gym fucking screaming, yelling. If I fucking feel I'm not, I'm pushing myself harder till I am. What I was thinking also is, man, I'm really excited if you guys can go to Heiko, because honestly, what I'm thinking about is after I fucking fight, I'm thinking about the next day. I'd like to have a session with you guys. We go to the gym and we fucking do a session together.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, that'd be that's a great idea.
I love
actually.
that.
Yeah, that'll be sick. Yeah, that's a great idea.
I wanna have a live session with you guys. We do that shit and then we just fucking
that'd be
our ass
fun
in the gym that day. Then fucking go to the beach. We're in Heiko. Chill.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to do that shit, dude.
That's definitely on.
Josh, you said you teach. What do you teach?
English. You know,
right.
I used to train as well years by. I was teaching and then I was training on the side. And eventually I gave up the training because there was no one who matched my level of expertise. Everyone was just a businessman or a housewife, you know, the clientele. So I trained for like 4 or 5 years and I was like, fuck this. That's why when John mentioned you, I was like, oh, yeah, awesome. Finally, someone who's at the level and needs the kind of training that I specialize in, I can give it to them. That's why I jumped on this because, 5 years of training and, you know, eventually it became almost like a waste of my skills and expertise in the training area to keep going. It was frustrating. And, you know, it's funny when people ask about training, I'm always like, the problem is adults always have an excuse. They're always tired from work, or they always haven't eaten, or there was always a reason not to meet the goals. Whereas kids, I like to teach 3 to 8 year olds because they never have an excuse. They always want to try and learn. And if they seem to be off that day, it's because they're kids and I'm not making it appealing, right? They never have excuses. So, so now it's like with adults, it's like, no, you guys are full of shit. Obviously, someone like in your position, you need it, you want it. So there's no excuses, right? So it's like, okay, this is worth spending the time and programming.
And I used to say it too a lot, especially the last like 4 years, 3 years when I had my kid. I used to say this a lot to myself, like, I could eat this today. I'll start tomorrow, or I'll start on Monday, or you know, I'll do this. You know, it's all right. I'm gonna start next week, or you know, I could do this today. And I see it now, especially now that I'm sick of that shit. I can't even hear it. I don't like it. I fucking hate it. I get it away from me. And but now I see it now with some people. They're like, I'll start this on Monday. I'm gonna do this on that day. And I'm thinking in my head, what the fuck? Like, nah, this nigga crazy. Like, excuse my language. This motherfucker's crazy. Like, you need to start now. Like,
now.
Like, you don't need to go on Monday morning. You don't need to start eating right tomorrow. Like what the fuck is that shit? Nah.
Did you guys see Chandler, right? Did you see when he fought Charles, right? They did the embedded vlog series, right? He picks up the sneakers bar and he's holding the sneakers bar.
Yeah.
Did you remember that scene? And he's like,
I remember that.
My wife,
his wife gave it to him.
Yeah, I was like, that's because you're, you know, for his position, he's like, no, that's like totally out of my program. But for any ordinary person, they're just like, no, it's just one sneakers bar, just have it. You're okay. Yeah. But he's like, no. The way I operate, I'm on such a high level. It's like, no, it's one sneakers bar to you, but to me, this fucks up everything.
It's everything.
Yeah. You know, he lost, but you can't take anything away from his work ethic. He is a hard worker, and he's a healthy man, and
he almost even won.
Yeah,
he was. I mean, it could have gone either way. That
first round,
he did.
Yeah,
but come on, that was a pretty epic light heavyweight championship fight.
Oh yeah,
I think
And I love that Oliveira guy. He is. I mean,
So
skills-wise, he's got everything. He's a savage. And to consider he's got the most knockouts and submissions of any weight class in the history of the UFC.
That's
most
amazing.
submission victories. Most submission victories, most finishes.
Most finishes, which is an incredible statistic. If you consider all the champions that have been on the runs they've had, and he's still he's the one.
Of that, he's actively finishing them.
Yeah,
he's finished his last 8 of 9 fights.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's amazing. Man.
He's he as a champion, his run is going to be exciting.
Oh, the best part, though, the part that hit me the most was the fact that, you know, man, I don't know if you knew, but before he had some devastating losses, losses that man, I remember a few knockouts that were very horrible, and he even got submitted. My boy submitted him, actually. Ricardo Lama submitted him before, and you know, he had some terrible losses, and then for him to come back in this fight, almost get fucked up really bad, and then come out in the second round fresh, and land that crisp left hook looking at him. He didn't even take his eyes off him. That shit was beautiful. It was fucking gorgeous. It was just an amazing. Oh, that second round, that from the opening bell to the second it finished, that was just amazing. Epic championship fight at lightweight. Great way to have the lightweight belt back on somebody after Khabib retired.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, a great guy
to
do it.
Bellator the same. Put Bellator put Bellator on their heels, because they were hoping Chandler was going to take that belt.
Yeah.
Wow.
For them, it would have given them something to say, which is also kind of cool. It would have been a bit much if Chandler came in after 2 fights and took it, right? Yeah, you've got Oliveira, 11 years in the making.
He was I think he went close, to the right guy. That was kind of
that's
every strike he was throwing looked like it could be the one, which I think that's why Oliveira came out in that second round like he did, because he figured if I go back, this is going to end badly. Yeah,
it was a lead hook, right? He caught him with this sharp, very pinpointed lead hook.
Right, that's what they were in the heat of the combination. The thing is, that was the best part. That was so beautiful, because normally when people are in the heat of the combination, and it happens a lot. It happened to Chandler this time, and it happens to everybody. It happened. Rampage used to do it a lot to a bunch of people, because Rampage would be in a combination, and he's one. This is a fact. He's one of the only people that consistently is in a combination, and when he throws it rubber bands his left hook, his right hand comes right back to his chin.
Mm-hmm.
Rampage Jackson used to do that all the time, but many people they don't. They go like this, and when they come back, their hand comes right here, but they throw the left hook. That's what Chandler did. But Oliveira, not only was his distance right, but he came back right, boom, like that, looking right at him. His eyes were right there, he knew he was landing. Beautiful.
Such a good for that title event. That's probably one of the most entertaining fights of 2021. It was such a mind blowing, right?
It was great. I mean, man, when Zhang Weili fought Phillips, that shit was nuts.
That's right.
And Masvidal getting knocked out by Usman. I flipped back on the mat. Oh shit.
Yeah, that was a brutal knockout, right? That was a brutal knockout. Wow.
But you talk about Trevor Whitman, dog. Trevor
he's
Whitman.
good. He's good, you know.
He's smart ass dude.
Top hands coach easily. Definitely.
Yeah, such a smart trainer. And it's interesting, right? He guided Bisping to see that hole in Rockhold's game, specifically with the left hook. And with Zhang Weili, there was a video going around of all her last 7 or 8 fights where she gets caught by that same kick.
With the kick.
Always the same. She just didn't get knocked out before. So she probably didn't pick up that she had this mistake to fix it because she didn't get knocked out. But Trevor Whitman, I think he spotted that.
No, you know what? She all right, you know, and this is not taking anything away from her. You know, some people just have habits, and you can't really change the habits.
You just can't break it.
You can't break it. That's one of those things in the heat of battle that if you make someone flinch, they're just gonna do something. And she always goes like this. It's just it's something that she's not going to be able to change, you know. And if she does,
It's gonna be so hard to change it.
Because Trevor Whitman can change it. Bro, Trevor Whitman, dog. That dude. Hey, same thing with Masvidal. Trevor Whitman, I know he was watching how Masvidal sticks his chin out when he does that check left hook, and he fucking came over the top. Oh,
right. It was the same thing with Masvidal. There was a video going around of the only other 2 times he's ever been knocked out, 13 and 17 years ago. Exactly the same. Exactly the same.
Horrible.
Yeah. So like you say, some habits you just can't. It's so hard to break them. So with Zhang Weili, that's a problem because the other fighters are going to have looked at that and they're going to go, can just almost do that every time because she's going to react.
Yeah. So it was like one of the most famous fights in history now, Jose Aldo and Conor McGregor. Bro, Conor McGregor, I don't like the guy, but he's a smart ass motherfucker.
Yeah,
he knew, just like everybody knew, that the fight's gonna start, and Jose Aldo, what is he gonna do? Right hand, left hook, kick to the legs. That's just what he does. You know. And this guy's in the backstage, stepping back with his left hand, knowing that he's gonna do that. It was textbook. It was too easy. It was just like, man, like
he knew it.
Yeah, it's fucking rocket science. If you think
even Masvidal and Askren. That's a classic one. He knew if he stepped and ran at him at an angle, that Askren was going to die for the. He just knew it.
It's hilarious.
What do you guys think of Poirier and Conor, number 3?
You know what? Initially, after the result, I thought, Poirier is going to destroy him. But I actually watched the fight again last week, and if you watch the fight, McGregor was winning. McGregor was beating him. Actually, McGregor just got caught by an unlucky strike, and then he was wobbled. Then it was over. But leading up until that,
the leg kicks.
Dustin Poirier, he was actually in trouble most of that fight.
Yeah,
he
like
was
that
getting
first
hurt.
2 minutes, it was dangerous. He got caught.
He got caught,
and he couldn't do nothing about it.
Exactly, and he looked uncomfortable. And so I actually think McGregor's going to win. Hey? I think McGregor's going to fine tune that one element. And I think he's going to catch him early enough, round 1 or 2.
As much as I hate to say it, I kind of agree with you.
What would Poirier do to avoid that, though? What would his game plan be?
Take him down right away.
Just take him down. Yeah.
Take him down right away and hold him down for the first minute, possibly trying to grab his neck. And if he can do that, if he can take McGregor down and hold him down for that first round, McGregor will probably win.
Yeah, then he can
Poirier.
Yeah. Then he can change the dynamic like that. But if he doesn't do that, he's just going to end up running too much, and eventually McGregor will catch him.
Interesting.
I think that loss was not. That loss was important for McGregor, and he's a smart dude. He's going to. Oh man, that's a bad. Poirier shouldn't have did that, but he did. Good for him. It's going to be good, though. Good fight.
He'll get money. But, obviously, if McGregor wins, the UFC will put together McGregor and Charles
Oliveira. Charles, yes.
Oliveira's going to smoke him, bro.
I think so, yeah.
I think Charles will destroy him.
Going to smoke him.
Yeah, he's too sharp for him.
I don't think
that will be the fight.
Yeah, he's going to smoke him.
Yeah.
Charles doesn't get enough credit. I think just because he doesn't speak English, he probably doesn't get enough press time, right? He doesn't get enough.
This dude
interviews
Darius,
and shit.
Oliveira would smoke Darius. Oliveira would submit Darius. What's this other guy's name? Islam Makhachev.
Okay.
Gaethje would be a tough one. Stylistically, would be tough.
Yeah, Gaethje, because he's just so
Oliveira's wrestling. I don't know. Gaethje strikes differently than Chandler. Gaethje is actually a striker.
Yeah,
and his wrestling is, he fought Khabib very weird. It was a very weird way he fought him. But
he was almost apprehensive and nervous. He didn't really go for Khabib.
I've never seen Gaethje fight like that before.
Yeah.
Oliveira's wrestling is not that sharp. I don't think it's gonna happen like that. But also, Gaethje showed how white belt-ish his jiu-jitsu is when he fought Khabib. It looked like he had no idea what to do off his back. That was insane.
Funny that, right? That was weird.
That.
So imagine if Khabib submitted him, Oliveira would definitely submit him if he had him on the card.
I always thought Oliveira would be one of Khabib's biggest challenges. But they never got to fight. And now Islam Makhachev is the guy that they're talking about. But I think Oliveira will smash.
Maybe not experienced enough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
That's the thing. Charles Oliveira's got such experience. He's like, you can't underestimate how much fights that guy's been through. He's been through such a rough road to get to where he is. Yeah, it's amazing. So Josh, tell us finally, what is this last, say, 5 weeks before Giovanni's fight? What's it going to be looking like training wise?
Well, yeah, so it's basically like 4 weeks, right? So we have another 2 weeks where it's what we've been doing, building up the intensity. Then the third week of those 4, most of the heavyweight disappears and it just becomes body weight stuff, high reps, basically just making sure you're now as fast and explosive as you can be over 15 or 25 minutes. And then the last 7 to 10 days, there's almost nothing. I mean, you'll do all your technical stuff and the weight stuff will be high reps, but not taking it to where you're burning, not taking any of that kind of feeling. You'll pick up some light 2-3 kg dumbbells and do maybe 20-30 reps, just keeping the muscles working over, but not tiring them out, not building any kind of lactic acid. So the final 7 to 10 days, you taper off. And it's funny because you feel so fresh and explosive now, but you're in the middle of 10 weeks of hard training. You're going to be blown away how you feel in those 7, 8, 9 days at the end of the taper. You're going to be so surprised. You're going to feel like, whoa, because you're thinking like, oh, I'm not doing training, but that's the time the body actually peaks. It takes everything you've done. You won't lose anything. You can't lose strength and muscular endurance in 7 to 9 days. You just can't. So those will all be there, but you'll be fresh.
Yeah, that's the point where my muscles are actually fully healed, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And there'll be no residual stress on your aerobic or anaerobic systems. So everything will be like fresh and able to peak at its top. So you'll be so surprised how you feel when you're hitting pads and hitting the bag as you go through and grappling. You'll suddenly find like, wow, I can really push the pace lots because there's no muscular fatigue. So that's basically us the next 2, 3, 4 weeks. And then post this, it becomes, we've been building the foundation now with those set compound movements, deadlift, bench, squats. After this, we keep those going, but we start to build up more of the movement specific functional moves. Like we've introduced the Turkish get-ups and the barbell throw stuff. We introduce more of that. That shit kills me,
man. Those Turkish get-ups are fucking crazy.
They're hard, right?
Because I've been trying to push it with a lot of weight, but man, like it's like it's. I don't know why, but I think it's mainly I don't know. I try to think like what exact muscle groups are every working out, and I try to focus on it, like to make sure that it's working the best it can. And like, man, some of those workouts, like every time you give me a new one, I've already gotten over the last one, and I'm like, oh, all this shit's easy now. And then you give me a new one, a couple new ones, and those couple new exercises, they kill me with the first time I do them.
Yeah, changing it up.
And then it's crazy. I love it, then, man.
Yeah, changing it up, but it's also it's building upon what you've worked on previously. So it adds in something new. So like the Turkish get-ups, you've built a base with the squats and the deadlift, but now you're incorporating the small stabilizer muscles that actually need to be there when you're in a fight. You can't just have.
Yeah, the first time I did it, I was like going like this.
Exactly.
Like,
Oh, just stabilizers holding straight up, right?
Yeah, when I'm coming down like this and coming up, I was like,
yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
But now I feel good, but man, I love this shit, man. And I think one of the biggest things I can't stress it enough is how even when I push as hard as I can, my favorite part is when I stop, how fast my body's able to regroup and go back again. I feel like it takes me like 20 seconds and I'm like, wow, like I'm ready to go.
Yes, yeah. So what you'll notice after this, we'll start incorporating a bit more heart rate analysis to make sure we specifically know that your recovery is getting quicker and quicker whilst you're working harder and harder. That'll become important when fights get closer together, because we want to make sure of that. Because if we notice suddenly, wow, it's taking your heart rate a longer time to come down, but you're definitely fitter and stronger, then we have to adjust the volume perhaps or something like this, right? But that's what you should be noticing. Breathing and bringing the heart rate down, because that's what will keep you going in the fight, right? And with the strength and conditioning, undoubtedly one of the best feelings is you're always going to get tired. It's like anything in life. Doesn't matter how good you are at running or something.
You can be in the best shape of your life.
You're still going to get tired. But the real motivation comes when you're training with a partner or you're in a fight and you tired, but you can see they're getting really tired. And that's the part where you're like, okay, this is fun. Because obviously I'm tired, but you fucked. And I can still push the pace here.
I think this is another thing that's been helping me. I haven't told you, but I have my partner, the one who's been like coaching me, like I've been like this. He's been doing all these workouts with me.
Nice.
All of them. So I'm seeing not only his strength growing, but I have so much fun when we're going and I see him like failing, and when I see him failing, I pick it up harder. And it's like a thing. And sometimes there's a couple other people that sometimes join in with us, and I love it because when we're doing it, it's my opportunity to do what you said. I see them tired and I push harder, and then I'm translating it into my sparring. Like, man, bro, the other day, I have this one guy that I train with. He's a very good champion level kickboxer. And we're going, and before we were having battles. But now, man, I'm in there and I'm kind of in a steady pace. And the second I see him do this, oh my God, I just go and I feel like I'm not shooting for takedowns against this guy. But man, I feel like man, if I can't wait to see that. That's what I want in my fight. Of course I want to go into the fight. I want to win quick, but I would also love to get hit a little bit and be in a little fight where I'm wrestling and striking and the guy's tough enough to stand it. And then all of a sudden I see him take a 2-second breath for a second where he backs up and he needs to take a break and I don't let him. And I force myself upon him. I can't. That's what I'm aiming for that, man. That's what I want.
Yes.
I want to see them start breaking and then I go.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny. I can't remember which fighter who said it, but when I heard him say it about his training, I was like, that's so true. He said he trains so hard because anybody who gets into a fight, you're not scared of getting hurt. Everybody's scared of getting tired. Which is so strange. As a man, you're like, I'm scared of getting tired, but what is tired even going to do to me? But that's what it is. Everybody's scared of getting tired. It's not getting hurt. Yeah. And so if you can eliminate that, it's like, okay, the chance of me getting tired are very small. So that's out the window now,
Amazing you say that, because really, that is the only reason I have never been at my best.
Because you don't want to get tired. You're like,
and I'm not stupid. I told you I'm not a brawler. I don't just go into fights and start swinging. I know where my gas tank is. So if I feel I like, sometimes I go into fights and I'm like, I can't go for a takedown right now because if he stops it, my gas tank might go a little bit below him. I think of these things. That shit's out the window. I don't give a shit about that. Honestly, in my head now, I feel like if my gas tank goes down, his is going down too. And at that point, I don't care if we're both at the bottom. That's going to be bad for him, not for me.
Exactly.
That's what I'm feeling right now. You're right. That's what you're absolutely right. Being scared of getting tired. That's where the fear came. Not having the gas tank. not being able to wrestle or push a pace and having to be backing up and stagnant because you needed to save some energy.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, it's always one of my favorite things in jiu-jitsu when I'm grappling with someone and I'm on top of them, and then I hear them like, I always laugh. I'm always like, yes, you're fucked, and there's still like 3 minutes. There's still 3 minutes to go, and you are fucked. Yeah, it's one of the best feelings. Yeah,
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, so tomorrow we'll add in. There'll be a few more of those functional movements coming these 2 weeks. Won't change too much more. There's just maybe 2 or 3 more I feel we've got to have in there. And then yeah, everything's rounded.
This Friday one, man, that shit, I felt strong, but man, it got to me a little bit. I was being adamant, taking the 1 minute 30-second rest, and just kind of like going through every workout, and it felt good, but I could tell. I think it was because we did heavier weight.
Yeah, the numbers were up slightly.
It felt good.
Yeah,
I
and then of course
I hadn't done that much that many times before.
The super high reps were the other thing, right? That was a surprise for the system.
I forgot to ask you about that because what I did was I did the 10 20 30 20 10 20 30. No, it was 10 20 30
30 20 10
20
10,
10. Yeah. Yeah, it was 30 we started with. I did that. You're not supposed to take a break between the 30, 20, 10, right?
Right. Yeah. You're just supposed to keep going.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's why my shoulders and biceps are on fire.
Yeah. That's what we want, right? Because essentially
I just did them straight through.
Yeah. Well, we want that because in a fight, the small muscle groups, once they start building up lactic acid and getting tired, it's very difficult for them to recover to where they don't have that feeling in the fight, right? So you want to make sure that the muscle and the mind are mentally ready for that feeling so that you're like, okay, the feeling's kicked in. Shit, I just got to make sure I can
Man,
work with it.
I started doing it. And then once I got to the second set, the 20, I was like, wait a second. Oh, God, am I supposed to take a break in between each set? And then I go to the 10 and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, God. And then I'm already on the 5th, 6th set. And I'm like, no way, I'm supposed to just do this nonstop. I was dying. That shit killed me.
Yeah.
And then I took a minute 30-second break, and then I went to the bicep.
Yeah.
And then that one killed me too.
Yeah.
I was meaning to ask you about that. I thought I was thinking maybe take a break in between, but no, that shit was tough.
Yeah, all those high rep ones, no breaks, just go.
Again, those are 2 new exercises. We haven't been doing that. The shoulder raises and the bicep curls like that.
We haven't done any isolation stuff till now because it's been all about building the foundation. But now
I couldn't touch my face that day. I was like this.
Yeah, there'll be more and more of that. Awesome, guys. I got at 12. I'm taking the kids to the beach. We're heading off to the beach today.
Nice.
So,
good to catch up.
Great
guys.
to catch up. Thanks. Nice work, Gia. That's been awesome. 10 weeks. Like you said, you've managed to do everything.
11. We're about to start 12.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is 12, week 12.
This is great, Ryan. Really great.
So June 26th.
Man, I'm looking forward to meeting
We're all
you
there.
guys, man. I'm looking forward to meeting you, Josh. I can't wait to do this, man. I hope you can make it. Really.
Yeah, no,
cool. Your family comes too, man.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I've set it up. I've said to the wife, I've got time off work. I'll probably end up. What I want to try and do is go down like the Thursday night potentially, and take Friday, Monday off work because I want to go for a few days, right?
Yeah.
They told me I was gonna arrive 5 days before the fight.
Oh, nice. Okay. Awesome. So maybe I'll take more days off before. Yeah. I'll figure it out. But I want to be there 3-4 days, maybe 5.
Yeah. Me too.
Smart, man. I want to have a fucking a Twitter update. I want my Twitter update to be me fucking choking somebody out. Quick.
That'll be awesome. Nice, sweet guys. Have a good one.
Take it easy.
And I'll send tomorrow's training along a little bit later.
All right, bro.
Awesome.
good day,
Peace,
bro.
guys.
Thanks, John.
Peace.
Cheers, guys.
Take it easy.